Over the last few months, we have seen some absolutely insane moves in crypto. Of course, from Pepe reaching over $1 billion in market cap, My Lady following right after that with a 5,000% move in one day, random AI coins and Pepe coins climbing thousands of percentages in a day at a time. I mean, it has been absolutely insane and clear that meme coin mania has now entered the market. But as someone who has been in this market for over 3 cycles now, I want to tell you what this usually means for the market going forward and what you should be doing as an investor right now to minimize risk as much as possible and to possibly capitalize on some absolutely amazing gains moving forward. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all and let's begin. So in crypto, we usually see something called the 4-step process. Step number 1 of this process is that Bitcoin moves first. Of course, Bitcoin is the safest option within crypto, as many people do believe, and so of course many people are going to put their money into Bitcoin if they're wanting to get a little bit of exposure just to kind of test the waters a bit without getting too risky within their altcoins. Then of course, after Bitcoin does see some success, step number 2 is that altcoins move next. These are going to be your top 25 altcoins. These are going to be your Ethereums, your ADAs, your Solanas, your Matics, your XRPs, all of those ones that are generally considered rather safe. Because again, yes, people are wanting to put money into the market and they are wanting to take on some risk, but they don't want to take the risk of losing everything, so they're going to stick towards that top 25. Now, after we see the top 25 hold up well, and of course things like Matic go up to $1.30 from just a 30-cent bottom a few months ago, then people start to get a little bit more willing to take some risks. They've made some money off Bitcoin, they've made some money off of altcoins, and now they're willing to think, maybe I'll throw just a little bit in these meme coins, just kind of see what happens. Now, at this given point, the meme coins aren't really blowing up, but what you'll notice is that your utility coins are, which is your 3rd step, of course, utility coins moving. So whenever your utility coins start to move, that's a good indicator that something pretty weird is about to happen in the market. These can be your utility coins that are super small, your $1 million market cap, $2 million market cap ones that absolutely blow up to 30, 40, $50 million market cap. These can be your launch pads, these can be your pre-sale platforms, these can be your utility platforms, these can be your DEXs, and all of these little tokens that are actually based off of something with utility, they're going to be the next ones to move. Then after that is when things get really strange. What you'll notice is that people are confident and they're overconfident. They've made some money from Bitcoin, they made some money from their altcoins, they've made their money from their utility coins, and now they're thinking, let's take some risk. I got $1,000 extra, I got $2,000 extra because of my good plays. Let's just kind of see what happens. Let's see if I can get 100x. Let's see if I can get a 1000x. And next thing you know, there's going to be that one crypto, that one main crypto, that one little meme coin that absolutely explodes, that sends the market into a frenzy, into step number 4, which is meme coin mania. Now, this is by far the craziest part of crypto, and this is when people make the most gains and suffer the most losses. Random cryptos are going to absolutely explode for zero reason. They won't have any utility at all. Matter of fact, the utility coins are going to all start to dump because the money's going into these meme coins, and the market is in an absolute frenzy. When this happens, we all know that this is usually towards the end of the 4-step process, and it's likely going to reset soon. Now, this 4-step process usually happens only in 2 different scenarios. It happens in the macro, in a bull market, and what I mean by that is each one of these steps will take about 3 to 4 months when we're in a bull market. Your first 4 months of a bull market, usually Bitcoin's eating the way. Then you'll have about 3 months of your altcoins going, 3 months of utility coins going, and 3 to 4 months of meme coins going before the entire bull market ends, and then we go to a bear market. A great example of that is what we saw in 2021, whereas towards the end of the bear market, that's when things like SafeMoon came around. That sent the market into meme coin mania, which highlighted the top of the market for the most part. Now, the second scenario in which this 4-step process plays out is when we are in a bear market, or when we are especially towards the bottom of a bear market. Now, this is going to occur on a much smaller time frame. I'm talking 1 to 3 weeks maybe of Bitcoin moving, 2 to 3 weeks of your altcoins moving, 2 weeks maybe of utility coins moving, and maybe 2 to 4 weeks of meme coins moving before this entire thing resets. And generally speaking, we're going to see that little cycle happen 1 to 2 times within a bear market before the bull market ever even begins, and then the bigger 4-step process commences. And so with that said, I'm under the belief, given my assessment of this market right now, where I believe we are, and how things just feel in the economic, hardship that we're seeing in the rest of the world, that we're probably in one of those situations in which this is one of those small little 4-step processes playing out before a full reset happens, or maybe before the actual bull market itself begins. So with that said, of course, the question then is, well, what do we do next? How do we go about it next? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to warn you, and I'm going to say that, listen, it seems to me that this meme coin wave is starting to taper down, and it's probably best to start to plan your exit. And so with that said, let's talk about an exit and how you can go about that from this point forward. But before we talk about how you can plan for the exit, let me explain to you why I'm under the belief that it is a good idea to start beginning to exit in the first place. Well, the way in which these meme coins work and this meme coin mania works is always the same. Every single year that I've been in crypto since the very first day, it has always been the same. What's going to happen is you're going to have that one crypto that's going to absolutely explode. You name it, Shiba Inu, Doge, SafeMoon, Pepe, etc. It's always kind of the same thing. And then what happens after that first one explodes, a lot of people make money. Thousands, if not maybe a couple million people are going to make a lot of money because this thing absolutely took off. The people who made it are going to make a lot of money. The developers who worked on it are going to make a lot of money. The investors are going to make a lot of money. Everyone's going to make a lot of money, right? And then what's going to happen is that induces excitement. That induces optimism, and that also invites new investors to the crypto space who got a little bit of extra cash to throw into a brand new investment. And so because of that, then you start to see some of these other cryptos that are usually pretty similar to the main one, they all start to blow up. Your Pepe AIs and your Pepe Flokies and your Flokies, etc. You're going to usually start to see them blow up because people are taking their money and their profits from this first major crypto and injecting it into some of these other cryptos. Now, obviously, they are going to see some growth, but oftentimes the growth is not as substantial or as much as that first crypto that blew up. Let me give you an example. So we saw Pepe blow up to $1 billion. Fantastic. But now people are going to take some of their money and leave the space, and some people are going to take their money and double down. They're going to go into that next one, that next Pepe, the new Pepe, as they all claim to be. And then they're going to start pumping that thing. And what you're going to notice is it's going to see some growth, but it's not going to see as much growth as Pepe. If Pepe did $1 billion, this one might do 500 million. It might do 400 million. But people are still excited. They still made a lot of gains off that second one. And again, some people are going to leave the space, but some people are going to triple down. I can do this again. I just got to find the right one. So they're going to take their money and they're going to go looking for the next Pepe or the next Floki or whatever you want to call it. They all have the same names. And they are going to then put their money into that brand new one. And instead of the 500 million, that one's going to do 200 million. Then the next one's going to do 100. Then the next one's going to do 50. Then the next one's going to do 30, then 20, then 10, then 5, then none. And so what you notice is that that first one starts it all, and then all of these secondary meme coins start to slowly drift downwards until the meme coin mania dies. And I think it's pretty obvious and it's pretty clear that we're in a position in which we very well could be about halfway down that slide before things really do start to die off. And so because of that, in my opinion, it's probably best to start to cycle your money to the beginning of the 4-step process. If we're in a situation in which we are going to see the real bull market begin, the likelihood is that Bitcoin is going to lead us into that wave. And so personally, all of the little profits that I made here and there off of some of these meme coins, I'm now re-injecting that back into my major cryptos, my major alts, and my major Bitcoin holding, because I'm under the belief that that's going to be what moves next after this 4-step process resets. Because again, my main focus is I don't want to end up bag holding on these meme coins and miss out on the first 3 steps, waiting for that 4th meme coin mania step to re-enter the market, hoping that I can sell this meme coin at some type of break even or profiting price. And so with that said, as I mentioned before, people are not going to recognize what is happening. They're not going to see that this is happening. They're going to end up bag holding. They're going to end up thinking that this meme coin that they bought 2 weeks ago actually has a chance in the future, which it probably does not. You have to understand that these meme coins are all short term, all of them, every single one of them. One of them every now and then actually makes it, but most of them will not. And so at this given point, don't start chasing the next Pepe, because the next Pepe is not coming. It never happened. Everyone claimed to be the next SafeMoon. Everyone claimed to be the next Shiba. Everyone claimed to be the next Doge, and 99.9% of them failed. So make your gains, make your profits, look for these little small alpha plays here and there as much as you can, and take those profits. And in my opinion, the best thing you can do is, if you want to stay in crypto, reset back to the first step and start putting it into your safer options and watch how it plays out. As I mentioned before, I've been in here for 3 cycles and it happens the same way every single time. So pay close attention to how it plays out, and as we do move forward, I will continue to update you on that. But with that said, of course, if you do want to know what I personally am investing my own money into, make sure that you do check out this video right here.